Good morning and welcome to the Leather Journey. We're back from a long journey. We did a road trip to Test Vista, New Jersey. On the way, I stopped in Fayetteville and met with a whip maker and looked at some of his wares. He had made me a set of Violet Wand floggers that I'll review in a different video. Then we continued on to Test Fest. When you go to a con, you want to look your best. And I wanted to show you a couple things that I do as kind of a signature for decks that I don't necessarily want you to copy, but I wanted to share these ideas with you and get you to think of things that you could do that would become your signature when you go to a con or when you go to a big SM event. But as I've aged, I've gotten a little gray. I found a couple years ago that when I wear a hat, at least for me, when I look in the mirror, I think I look younger. So we always want to look younger and not age. And so I started wearing a hat. Well, part of a hat, or a well-made hat, is the hat has a hat band. And for me, that hat band can become a signature. So I'll share a couple of these signatures with you. And then you can think about, if you wear a hat, you might consider using a hat band as kind of a signature for yourself to tell people a little bit about yourself. So how does the hat band that I use tell people a little bit about myself? Well, let's look at it. This hat is a Colorado Western style hat. It's a type of fedora. It's felt. This is like one of my favorite hats, but I will say, because it's felt, when I wear it in the wintertime, it feels really good. When I wear it in the summer and it's 95 degrees outside, it gets hot quick. So I tend not to wear it in the spring and summer, especially not in Florida. I wear a straw hat. Okay, so this hat, I'll talk about in a minute, but this Colorado fedora, I have a special hat band on it, and I want to show you my hat band. My hat band is a whip. So if people see this and see me wearing it, they might go, oh, Dex is into whips, and they would be right. So where do you get a hat band that not only looks like a whip, but actually when you take it apart, it's actually a little 3-foot whip, okay? A little snake whip. So this whip was this hat band, which is actually a little single belly whip. It's not designed to crack, but like anything that looks like a whip and has a taper, it cracks. So this was made by Smokey Mountain Whips. Like Gorey. He has an Etsy shop, but you can go up. I don't recommend you use his Etsy shop because they take a commission, and whip makers are working on a small margin anyway. Go up to his website at Smokey Mountain Whips and write him an email and say, hey, I saw Dex's video on the hat band you made, and he can make these in any color of kangaroo. So this is a little 4-plait kangaroo whip, and then he split the plaiting in his Turk's head. Actually, his Turk's head looks like it's 16 plait. So he's got a little Turk's head there. This little hanging loop, if you were going to hang it. Very nice work. It's saddle tan and whiskey, which is what I asked for. He has shifted his braid to like a flat braid here, which kind of represents the fall of the whip, or the taper down to the fall. And then he's got a little miniature cracker on it. All very nicely done, okay? And I don't normally put pricing in my videos, but this little hat band costs $75. Prices go up or down depending on the cost of roux and how long it takes someone to make a product, but it's a really nice hat band. Okay, so let me get this back together. It's really easy. Just just slips together, goes around the hat, and then you can tighten it up, okay, so it's nice and tight. And then I have the tail coming off the back side. So when I'm wearing it, it's kind of hanging down off my back and people can see it and go, ooh, that's cool. Where'd you get that? Well, I got it at Smokey Mountain Whips, Gorey. Okay, so that's one hat band. I think it's the bomb. That's Laura's favorite. But I will tell you, my other hat band is kind of special. And you won't be able to get this hat band unless you just find someone on eBay that's selling one. I sold all my Mike Murphy whips a few years ago, except my Mike Murphy whip hat band. This whip hat band was made by Mike Murphy. So again, it's a little red and black rue snake with a little miniature Turk's head, plaited very nicely. He put some binding here and here to kind of, so it would maintain its shape. There's a little fall and of course a cracker coming off the back end of it. And it's just a little snake hat band, a little different design than what Gorey does at Smokey Mountain Whips. I like this one the best. It's a little bit lighter. This one I'm wearing is a little bit larger and it's actually more like a function. Could be a functional whip for close-in play. This hat band that Murphy made, I don't think would be a functional whip, but it looks really good and it's really nice work. So it's just on what you like. I'm sure if you ask Gorey to make one that's a little more petite, he could do that. This one works well for my Colorado hat, and I really like it. And I wear this one on my Panama hat. Kind of hard to find a Panama hat in black, but I was successful in doing that. So that's it for hat bands, for decks. I use my hat band to let people know I'm into whips, okay? For many, many years, there was a handkerchief code. There's still a handkerchief code in some communities. And the handkerchief you wear signals people as to what you're into. Well, there's other ways of signaling what you're into. And for me, it's a hat band. As always, thanks for watching The Leather Journey.